Bring us up, Nancy.
You're up, Commissioner.
All right, commissioners are in session. Looks like the agenda is no changes.
Starting off the new year appropriately, no changes. Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the agenda as posted.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All right, Chantel.
Chantel Latwulu with Indigent Services. I have one case for you this morning. It's case number 20230008. It's an application for cremation expenses submitted through Cornelson Funeral Home in the amount of $1,200. With the information that we obtained, it's for the deceased of a 67-year-old female. She was a Bannock County resident, was not a veteran. With the information that we did obtain, it does appear that she meets criteria to be eligible for assistance. Bannock County is the last resource for payment of this request, and there is no responsible party available for repayment of this request at this time.
Mr. Chair, on case 20230008, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
Have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right, looks like the rest of our agenda is Christy Clouser.
That's a rest, break on
Quick.
Christy Clouser, Comptroller. The first item I have for you is the Bannock County Vessel Report. This is a little bit new this year. In the past, we have never had to justify the funds that are rolling forward. As long as the fund balance is not higher than the revenue we received, we would just have Jason sign it and return it. This is not following Idaho code, but it's what they're requesting. So I need from the board a list of projects or a summary of projects that I can include on this document, and then I will submit it today. Basically, if we just tell them we're going to use these funds for ongoing wellness reservoir projects, or we're going to submit funds to participating counties that have water, or counties that have waterways that our citizens use.
Could we say like river projects, like boat launches along the Portneuf River?
We could do that.
We've done that in the past.
So I just need from you.
I would say wellness complex projects for the lake and boat launches along the Portneuf River. Do you got anything else you think of that?
No, I'd just keep it within the county as
Okay.
much as possible.
Okay. Then if you could either give me the abilities to write this up and then come down and get Ernie's signature after, or if you want to trust signing this document, then I can fill it in, whichever.
Why don't we approve you to sign it outside of
Okay.
that?
So I can get this written up after the meeting and then bring it down and get your signature?
Okay.
That work?
Okay.
Then you can see what you're signing.
So, Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we authorize the comptroller to prepare the report and authorize your signature upon completion of the report.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 The next item I have for you is the approval of the annual road and bridge report. This will be submitted electronically, but it requires signatures from the commission and the clerk. This is just a reporting of revenues in, expenditures out, and anticipated projects. I work on this in coordination with Road and Bridge, and then our office is responsible for submitting it. So if I could get your signature on the front page, and I can give you mine,
Okay.
or you'll sign on the upper right-hand side underneath Brennan Wolf's name, and then I will go get Jason's signature. It's right here.
There's that one.
Right there. If you'll sign that.
Okay.
And then also authorize me to submit it electronically.
Okay. Mr. Chair, make a motion that we approve the annual road and bridge report and authorize electronic signature by the comptroller.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The last item I have for you is the closeout award of a Department of, a DEQ grant. Basically what happened on this was a grant that Mike Chakowski applied for with commission approval. We received the grant. Mike left in July. This was reallocated to the planning director, and no action was followed through. It had to be closed out by December 31st, so Michelle took the initiative to reach out and deobligate the funds. We did send numerous emails to the new program manager, and no response was ever received to follow up on the grant.
So it's $15,000 grant that we're returning? Did
Yeah.
I read that correctly? Okay. And were those grant funds put in the engineer's budget? Is that where they went?
No, they were reimbursement.
Oh, so it was an expense and then reimbursed?
Yeah.
Okay,
So we didn't obligate,
so we had no cash?
action.
No cash is
Yeah.
changing
Yeah,
hands?
and
Okay.
no action was taken on the grant.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Chair, make a motion that we approve the, what's the proper term here?
Deobligating.
Deobligating funds for the S71300 grant with the DEQ.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And that doesn't take a signature. No signature
No, we
required.
just wanted you to be aware.
Okay. Wow. So, looks like we got a few minutes. Let's go ahead and go to resolutions. So we have resolution number 2023-1. Certification of 2022 levies. Resolution number 2023-2. Approving tax cancellation request. Resolution number 2023-3. Authorization and order to reallocate funds.
Okay, Mr. Chair. In regards to resolutions 2023-1, 2023-2, and 20-23-3, I make a motion that we approve the resolutions as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Real quick, we're going to have another reallocation for the county operations. That was not included in resolution 20233. So that one hopefully will come on Thursday.
Okay.
It was for the attorney settlements that we had to move the money.
Okay. Let's see. Next we have, for signature only, tax cancellation request in November 2022 Commissioners' Proceedings.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the tax cancellation requests as presented and the commissioner's proceedings as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then under the consent agenda, we have a certificate of residency. And commission report, and this was to our health, right?
The money automatically pulls.
Yeah. Also, we have minutes, December 15th, 20th, and 22nd. And 2 salary rate approval forms.
Keeping you busy, Nancy. Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented and the salary rate approval forms as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I even got 23 on the date.
Look at you go.
All right, Braden, looks like you're up.
All right. Maybe. Braden Clayson, Chief of Staff. First item I have for you today is the professional services contract for the forensic pathology consultant. Looked that contract over. It's a template we've used from legal. Brian had a chance to look at it, and I think we're all good on that. So we're just seeking signature on there.
Is there a copy here?
Should be one in your packet, yeah.
Did I
Missed that? It's not in the,
don't see it.
It didn't make it to the
There
packet?
it is, there it
Okay.
is. Jumped around there.
You're good. Not a problem.
Is there anything in here about applying for grants?
yes, should
Yes.
say assistant
Work
applying
with
for
county
grants.
to identify and pursue grant
Mhm.
funding opportunities. Okay, but
Yep.
this individual will not be applying for grants,
No. It'll be somebody from,
the county.
yeah, that's the way I understand it.
Yeah, and what we wanted to do and talk with her about is, after she starts next week, have a meeting with the grant team and come in and talk about process and procedure and make sure we're all on the same page for that.
Okay,
Because she's got a bunch that she would have to go after.
okay.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the contract for the forensic pathology consultant as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 All right, then the second item was just a basic, it had been requested that we get on the agenda to talk about ARPA and just see where we're at there, have an ARPA discussion and go over how we're kind of allocating the funds, where we're at with each project and things of that nature. I didn't know how you wanted me to lead that off. Talk a little bit about the Forensic Pathology Center maybe, or,
Actually, let's put that on another time.
okay,
And the only reason I say that, because I really like Jason here
Sure.
too, to be involved in that conversation.
okay, we can
He's
do
gone the
that.
rest of the week
Okay,
because he'll be up at elections conference.
oh, okay,
So I'll have to be next week.
right,
So I think that that's one that we need all the players.
okay,
The big thing is, we're gonna have to make an adjustment for what we were talking about with the forensic pathology.
And
How big that will be, don't quite know yet, but that.
and
will
we've
be-
talked a little bit
We're getting
about that, but in our previous discussions, like I say, we talked about the sports complex and stuff, and that's kind of off the table now for ARPA funds. And so though, our number one priority has always been the forensic pathologist. And in fact, I was talking to Davey Treasures this week, and he's still pretty much in favor of the old car shop.
Oh,
He
really?
says, it's got what you need.
Yeah.
Says the intake or the airflow and stuff like that, it's already there.
Yeah.
It's a big plus that we wouldn't have to put in somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I told him that I'd have you guys talk to him because I'm not in the full picture of that.
okay,
But Davey knows the whole system up there,
Yeah.
and he would be a key player, I think, to
Okay.
be involved with that.
okay,
Maybe we can set something up for next week when Dottie comes, because
Yeah.
she'll be real familiar with what that intake or outtake should look like.
I do have on I requested on next week's agenda to discuss the reporting that I'm going to have to do for this month for the last quarter. So I don't know if you could somehow expand upon that, because it's already going to be on the agenda to discuss ARPA. Just maybe expand.
Just make sure all the key
Topic.
players are invited to that
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah,
And if it's already on the agenda to talk about ARPA funds, so
okay.
we
Yeah, I'll
can do
get with you
that.
and we
we'll
can,
need to expand it, definitely. But I just thought it's already on there, so you could just say,
yeah,
just broaden it.
I'll come find you.
And reporting.
Just The agenda request has been, I sent it last weekend.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So it should already be there.
We'll just add it to it.
Just add whatever verbiage you want to the
Okay,
topic.
sounds good.
So,
Or take it off mine too.
but my opinion is, we use what funds we need to use to do the forensic pathologist.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get it on the agenda for next week.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.